Greetings, boys and girls. My name is Aaron Kane. Today, we're talking about adhesive. It's going to be a little different today. I'll show you 2 farming routes to harvest digested goo from giant pitcher plants in the Cranberry Bog. You can then take that goo and scrap it at a workbench for 4 excess adhesives each. By the time we're done, you should have well over 200 adhesives in your stash box. Now that you know what we're doing, let's get started. Before we get started, make sure you have green thumb equipped. You'll find it here in the perception tree, and it will double every harvest that we get from the giant pitcher plants that we're going after today. With that set up, our first location will take us to the Sparse Sundew Grove in the southern part of the Cranberry Bog. Of the 2 routes I'm going to show you today, this is the easier of the 2 as there are rarely any encounters on this one. Moving through the terrain in the Cranberry Bog is complex. I'll show you how to get through this one without jumping so that you can be sure that marsupial and jetpacks are not required. So let's go ahead and fast travel to the Sparse Sundew Grove. Alright, dropping into the spawn point, if we turn to our right, we'll see a pitcher plant right there. But we're going to turn to our left, facing north, and run up this little ramp. And then we'll turn to our right, and we will get our first pitcher plant. Then we're going to turn to our south, get through all of these brambles and stuff. And then coming up this ramp, we'll turn to our left and see the one we originally saw at the spawn point. We'll grab that one. Again, we're going to head to the south, drop in and go over this little ramp. And then just to our left, facing southeast, we should see a stump, kind of like triangle-shaped stump. Then we have logs here that are pointing towards our next pitcher plant. Let's grab that. Then we're going to turn to our north, and we're just going to drop down into this little area here. Follow it around to the right, so we're facing northeast. And then we'll have a ramp right here that we can go up. And you'll see 2 pitcher plants straight ahead. You kind of have to get them quick because they're placed weirdly. So we got 1 and 2. And then facing our north, we see 2 more that are directly ahead of us. We're going to just strafe around a little bit so we can get them right in front of us and make sure we don't trigger them accidentally. We're going to turn around to our east now, and straight ahead is our next pitcher plant. Then we'll head to our north, or northwest a little bit, just so we can drop down and get back up, and then turn north. And then we're just going to run straight ahead through the bushes and all that fun stuff. And that should there's our next pitcher plant right there. So we'll go ahead and grab him. And then turning to our west, these trees on the right-hand side are the ones we want. So we're going to run straight ahead, drop down into this area, and then climb right back out of it, still heading towards those trees. The rest of this should be easily maneuverable. And then here's the tree that we're looking at, and if you see right there at the base of the trunk is another pitcher plant. Let's go ahead and grab that one. And then turning to our southwest, there is another pitcher plant. We're going to take this one this way because that rock sometimes will catch you up. So grab that, and then we're going to just come around this way a little bit, and we have a water tower straight ahead. We're going to run towards that, keeping it on our left-hand side. We'll go to this back leg of the tower. It's in the northwest corner, and then turning out to our northwest, you'll see right here at the edge of these bushes, there will be a pitcher plant right there. It's hard to see right now, but as we get closer, it'll be easy. So we're going to drop down here, head this way, and then turn north, and we should be able to get it easily. And that is going to do it for this one. So now we're back at our base. We're going to go ahead and scrap the digested goo we got. We ended up getting 24 of them, which if you scrap them, it turns into a total of 96 adhesive. So that was like a minute's worth of work for 96 adhesive. That's a super quick and fast run. We like that. Our second location is going to be the glass cavern. Couple things to note here. Unlike our last spot, you're going to encounter a lot of enemies. This is a problem because they can trigger the giant pitcher plants, making them unharvestable to you. Take out the scorched in the pit quickly, as well as the enemies in forward station Delta, to reduce the chance of this happening. The last thing to say here is that a good stealth build can easily do this route without fighting. This tends to eliminate the previous problem as well. With all that said, let's go ahead and fast travel to the glass cavern. Alright, dropping into the spawn point, we're going to turn right around to the northwest and we'll see our first pitcher plant right there. Let's go ahead and grab that. Make sure and be quick about it. Don't give them time to goo ya. So we'll drop down into the pit now. And you'll notice that our next 3 pitcher plants are right there. Drop down here and then be quick. There's the first 2 and then the third one. So then we're continuing around to the train tracks and then we'll head east and we will see our next 2 pitcher plants right there. It's a good idea to come at them from the side so you can get them both without missing them. There's 1 and 2. This one trigger. Head to the end of the pit and there's 2 more pitcher plants right there. We'll grab those. These 2 must have already been triggered. So we'll jump up out of the pit. This can be done without marsupial, but it's easier with it for sure. And heading to the east, there's our next pitcher plant. Let's grab that. And then we're going to head towards another one of the bases nearby. And we're going to keep that on our right-hand side. And after this bush, we should be able to see our next 2 pitcher plants. Here's the first one. Grab that. And then up near the wall of the base, there's another one. Grab that one. And then looking to the southwest, there's another one right there. And we are going to continue to the southwest, keeping the fisher site on our right-hand side. And we'll see our next pitcher plant right there. Go ahead and grab that. And then continuing even further to the southwest, we will see a burned out house that will contain our final pitcher plant. And some mole rats. Hopefully they didn't trigger. Let's take them out real quick. Hopefully they didn't trigger our pitcher plant over here. Go ahead and grab that. Good deal. So let's head back to our camp real quick and see how much we got. Alright, we're back at our workbench. We'll go ahead and scrap these. And so we ended up getting 24 digested goo out of that, even with one of those pitcher plants had already been triggered by scorched. So let's scrap this. And it gives us a total of 96 adhesive. So that's 2 runs with 96 adhesive total. That's pretty sweet. That's going to do it for this one. I hope your camp is an absolute sticky mess with all the adhesives you've gathered. If this video helped you achieve that, please drop a like and comment below. Consider subscribing to the channel if you'd like to continue your journey through Fallout 76 with me. I premiere new videos on Mondays and Fridays at noon Pacific time. I would love to see you there. Use the links around me to continue viewing more of my content. I hope you have a fantastic day. Thanks for watching.